Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. Yeah, you are going to believe it. Oh no, who's worked on this? What's going on? Look at all this red stuff. The red stuff's really got my attention, distracting me from the other real problems. Anyway, look at all this red stuff. Hey, they've worked on it all right. That's an understatement. Someone's worked on it. Look at all this red stuff. Why don't you just glue the whole gasket on? Probably did that as well. Anyway, can anyone else see another problem? People that have worked on their 1KDs or work on or going to? So they've reused those little washers, I reckon, or they've used some aftermarket ones, or who knows, mate. Have a look. So what it is on the see the fuel return line here, guys. See that pipe there that it's got McDonald's on it, the M for McDonald's, M. It's got 3 Maccas along the way. It's just not yellow. That's the fuel leak back pipe, whatever, fuel return line. So there's a constant flow to the system through the injectors and back out, and that returns back to the fuel tank, right? Anyway, we're not going to go into that too much, but just telling you that's what it is, right? And there's these little gaskets, and they are expensive. So I've said it before, I understand why people like to reuse them and not replace them at $13 each, but they're just single use only. Clearly Toyota said that, I said that. You can get lucky, but do you want to risk it and get lucky? Because if that leaks, that fuel there, that's what fills up your engine oil, and a lot of people don't get lucky with that, okay? So you need to use new, genuine, the correct torque setting, and all the care and everything that we demonstrate in the videos in the VIP group, funnily enough, so that you can get it right the first time. Because this is kind of a bit of a poor man pays twice, because people have done all this work and they obviously haven't done it right. So you probably don't know, unless you watch my other videos. Check out the playlist injector information. There's a whole heap of info there. We talk about inside engines and that quite a lot, and you'll see the little gaskets that, look, I'm not going to make a judgment as to what's there at the moment. Once we pull these 17mm bolts out, that's what they are, the banjo bolts, the hollow bolts that the fuel flows through. We'll have a look. There could be some little washers there, could be the genuine gaskets and the bit pieces broken away. The main thing we've got to do is we've got to make sure we don't drop them. So once we undo the bolts, we're going to do the back one at the back first, the 5th one right in the middle of the picture back there in the dark. Then we're going to do this one, and we're not going to bump it. And then what we've got to do is, without pulling the bolts out, we've got to carefully lift it and hope the washers don't fall off the bolts down somewhere. And if they do fall, we've got to fish them out later, because we don't want, you know, washers sitting there. That's why Toyota make them the way they do, the genuine ones. Anyway, we're going to get on with it. There's probably some other stuff to show you, but we'll so, you know, I mean, you got to watch the full detail videos, but what we do is, you wash the cover down. We didn't spend a heap of time, you know, 5 minutes, still 5 minutes wasted. We knew it would be wasted. There was all oil pooling around this injector, but we need to check to make sure the valve cover's not cracked. And even though it's wet, you can probably see there's those hairline cracks there. And over this side, see that crack there, right? So the cracks are there. So what happens if you reuse this cover, there's a good chance that oil will be leaking out there. And when the cracks are up here, we actually sort of support putting a bit of RTV over the top and hiding it to save you $350 on a valve cover. But because it's right down the bottom there, this is just people over tightening it. Wrong procedures. We've talked about it in many videos. You need to get on our inject information playlist, and if you're going to do any of this work, replace your injectors, you want to get in our VIP group, you get in there for $550. It's free, but it's a deposit towards parts, towards your injector kit or your BFE kit or whatever you want, really, you know, as long as it's more or less, you know, something along those lines. We talk, you know, it's all in other videos. I don't want to keep going on about it. So this cover, have I looked at this one yet? That one there, come on, focus up a bit. Let's have a look. Let's get in there. There it is. That could be a crack as well, but I need to get in a bit closer without this camera in the way to work that out. Point is, $350, or I think we've got one from the wreckers. What is it? You know, like a good second-hand one there for about $250, I think it is, I have to check anyway, something like that. So we've got options there. Anyway, this one, I don't think I'd be putting this cover back on, because then you just end up having to take your fuel pipes off again and all that. Just to demonstrate the problem with these washers, see what I'm talking about? So they are the genuine washers, but they reused them, and this is what happens. See how they just tear in half, depending on who does the job on, and also a bit of luck. So one of the inside part of the washers there, you want to make sure you don't drop that. Half of it's on the bolt. This one, it's still in one piece, so they've actually got this piece under here. It's meant to be sitting up on top. So that's why that was hidden down there, right? There's half. This is what I said, we don't want any of that falling in the engine, and you can see we've got all our pieces here, right? Both sides of that one, see? Right, so anyway, all the information on how to do this job properly, there's at least 8 full-length injector replacement type videos and a whole heap of other tips and tricks videos in our VIP group for clients, and also in some, you know, YouTube videos, some private YouTube videos that are also in that group, right? So there's your info. There's going to be some more on this one. You can see the old bolt and the new bolt. Lucky we keep these things in stock, right? I mean, that's what it looked like when it came in. That's what we had to deal with. Is that crazy or what? This is what it looked like when it left the factory, and we keep the genuine, you know, the genuine stuff in stock for circumstances like this. That's what I said. We're going to bring it back from the dead. We're going to bring it back from the wreckers. It's been sent to the wreckers all its life. All these butchers have been working on it, and we're bringing it back. And just having a quick inspection on the intercooler. Have a look at this. Look at that, right? So some dodgy, it's a dodgy pick apart kind of. There's a lot of pick apart going on here. Now you might have missed this, so this could be cross-threaded or thread damage or whatever, but it might not be. It might be just too long. But what happens here is people shouldn't take those off for a start. And if you do, then you replace the gasket. See the little tab there? That's for a gasket that goes in between. So what needs to happen is it needs a new gasket. All the bolts have got to come out, so then we know what's going on with it. And then you can get some bolts with a little bit longer, right? And I'm not sure that they fit in this side because it's been a while, because I don't touch these, and I said in videos don't touch them, and most people don't, so that leaves us with not having to fix many of these. And of course the 150 Proto since 09 don't have the intercooler on top, so we don't see this issue either anymore. So they all need to come out. I'll get some of the bolts. Anyway, I had a look on the shelf. We haven't got any there. I think I mentioned in another video recently that I've got to get some. So we just use the Champion ones. You know, those gold color type ones. They're high tensile. I think it's an M6. Definitely it's an M6, but I think it's the M6 by 16. So 16 mil long, and they go in just the right length. Now I'm not sure if they go in this side or that side, but usually you've got at least, I don't know why the bolts they use are a bit short, but there's room to put in these ones that are a little bit longer on at least 2 of them. You may have to retap the others. You may be able to pick your 2 best bolts, but I've always been able to come up with a solution putting 2 of those in and 2 of the original ones if they haven't been. But look, we're just going to have a look at this because we don't want this leaking either. Here we are, we've got the Intercooler open up. It's all been cleaned out, right? We're not here to polish the outside and all the mudstones off it, but just want to show you, so a bit more familiarity for you. See, in one position, that's open one way, so that's why when that's stuck it can be a problem, and in the other position the other side's closed, right? People say, oh, why don't I just put a full blank and all that? Well, this is what I'm saying. In one way it works in one direction for the, you know, for it to flow, and then bang back the other way. Anyway, we're not getting into that too much. The point is, all cleaned up is what we wanted to demonstrate, right? I'll just get in there and have a look, so to show you what you're looking at, right? That's where, this is where your hot exhaust gases are coming out, right? So when your turbo pressure back the other way, that goes down there, right? And then this is the side that all your hot exhaust gases are coming through back out this way towards the camera, right? And all those little, see the little shaped things that are supposed to heat transfer, cooling and whatever, inside in between there is what could have been blocked up. Now, we don't know if it was blocked up, because looking in there you can't really tell if it's blocked or not. It's just, you've got gaps of about 2 mil, it's hard to tell on the camera, it's about 2 millimeters, right? So a bit of soot each side, it can reduce the flow enough to cause the problem. Now, we don't know that was the problem. What we know is we didn't notice any other problem. All the usual other factors that we find P0400s, we couldn't identify any of those. So we've cleaned it out to be sure while the fuel pipes are off. There's the old gaskets. You need a new gasket for that. There's the part number if you want. You need 2 of those. Right, there it is. In case you didn't have those and you need to do this and whatever. Anyway, I think we're about done on this video on this vehicle for this part of the job at least. So we'll call this part 2 maybe, we might not, but we'll try and drop them out in particular order so you can see what's going on. One other thing, right, now how good's this? Mate, these injectors removed by Johnny here, right? He's a man, he's done heaps of these, right? And he said to me, I don't have to look and find stuff anymore because he knows now. And he tells me, so he goes, number 2 injector, he noticed there was a little, have a look at the attention to detail he's doing here. Don't worry about if I'm doing the job or not. Right, if we can get that to focus, I don't know if we can. Right over this, can you point out? Oh yeah, over this side. It's over this side, just on the inside. See, there's like a little mark. Anyway, whatever. Let's look at the other side. Even that side, I don't know. Look, they didn't do a good job cleaning the ports anyway, but it's really... Oh, I've thrown it in the mess. See that over the other side it is now, isn't it? Yeah, see that mark he's pointing out for us. Thanks, mate. Yeah, over there at 12 o'clock. Anyway, I can't show you now because he's already fixed the problem. What I want to tell you now is about the seat cutting tool. We rarely use it. I don't like to use it, and we don't really cut seats with it. Sometimes we clean it up. So, like everything on this vehicle that's been butchered up and whatever, oh, we've actually got a set of upgrade bolts for this too, yeah. So we can, this one's going to get the upgrade bolts, right? So there you go, you're a winner. If this is your car, you're a winner. You know, it costs you 40 or 50, it costs you another slab. It's going to be a lot of slabs. There's a lot of extras on this, so it can either be, you know, we can add it on the cash or we can add it on the slabs, whatever, right? But in all seriousness, number 2 port, there was a little, obviously he cleans the ports crazy, and there was a little mark in there. Someone's like probably scratched it with a screwdriver, wouldn't you say? But it wasn't too deep because, anyway, he pointed that out. I went and had a look in number 2, and to be quite honest, he hasn't used the seat cutting tool before, right? So I've gone bang, there it is. I whipped it out. It's just here actually. There it is behind the toolbox, right? Anyway, we could talk about it all day. So over here, I just wanted to show you and then give you some more info. So have a look at this. See all that red stuff that was there, all gone. Oh, look, I mean, all gone. Other than you can't get in there and get that out. That's, you know, ridiculous. But it was all over. You know, what did you? I reckon you spent half an hour, 40 minutes just cleaning that red stuff off. That was ridiculous. Anyway, so that's what. That's even a slab of Heineken doesn't really cover that. But, you know, in all seriousness here, it's just so much extra time. This job, basically, if this is a normal job, should be done by now. And you can see we're about halfway. That's how much extra involved it is. So, you know, if I legitimately, if I had a customer and I didn't like them and, you know, I just had to charge fair prices, it'd be an extra $800 or something for the amount of crap that's happened on this vehicle. But anyway, so he's got I haven't even checked this yet. So I'm going in. This is risky, man. If you haven't done a good job, everybody else is going to see it when I see it. Anyway, number 2 injector it was. 1, 2. Right, you might not be able to see because it doesn't focus and it's hard, but I'm just going to use the light and stick my head in there if I can get in there. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, so you can see some of the original marks there. Well, I can. You probably can't. So where the seat sit, let's go back to the bench for a minute. So we're done here. See, all nice and clean. A little bit more clean to go. Intercooler's going back on. Beautiful. Don't worry about what it looks like on the outside. That's all the old... What is it, an 07 did we work out? 07, it's the 07, it's the 15 years of staining, if you know what I mean. Like, unless you sit there and scrub that with steel wool or something, and we're not doing that, we're already spending extra how much time on it. That's over here again, because what I was trying to say is we don't want to cut seats and cut in millimeters and stuff like that. It's really just a bit of a polish off the top, and that's what I said to him. I said, just take it, just turn it lightly and see what happens. It's more of a cleaning because someone's maybe sort of gouged it with a screwdriver and it's sort of left a bit of a mark in there. Anyway, the point is you don't go too far, and you can tell he hasn't gone too far because where these tapers are, you can see the seat is about 2 millimeters wide and it's tapered on the inside and the outside. I can still see the marks from that edge on the inside and the outside of the seat. Not necessarily this set or the previous set or whatever. Anyway, moving on. This is going back together. We need to start doing some work and stop talking about it in videos. So we might have another video when we get to the end of this and let you know how it all went. I think it's probably a good idea if we've got time. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, turn the bell on. Look, here's like I said, the upgrade bolt. See, these are there's the part number again in case you missed it in all the other videos that we've told you. But see, upgrade, see the bigger heads, they twist these, right? The smaller heads, it's an upgrade. It's an Anthony upgrade. It's something we do, right? So, you know, this is what we do. Anyway, subscribe, smash that like button, and catch you on the next one. Hope you learned something out of this bit of video. We're going to send it off to the client so that he can make some decisions. I think he already has, but, you know, it's probably best if he sees this video and he knows what's going on. And there'll be another video later. Catch you.